Hello, it's Ali Clifford here, and I am Kids Chaos, and I'm guest posting on Red Ted Art.
Hello Ali, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Today, guess what we're making? These beautiful flowers. They're like roses, aren't they? And they're made from paper plates.
Ah, lovely.
So I'm going to show you how to do these. Very simple. So let me just put this down and get to work. Before I do, I just wanted to show you these as well. This is my little secret weapon, which I will be telling you about shortly. And I shall get started.
Excellent. I love that, the way you make your paper roses or flowers, you actually get 3 flowers out of them, don't you?
I do.
Which is very nice.
So first of all, you cut the edge off. And what I do is, rather than cutting it smoothly, I just make it a bit wobbly, which tends to happen fairly naturally.
Gives it a nice sort of rose peppery shape, doesn't it?
It's a nicer edge, I think, more natural looking. And it's a lot easier, particularly if you're doing this with younger kids. You aren't quite the perfectionist that you might be.
Or you might not have any kids. You might be doing this for yourself.
Well be.
Exactly.
So this is going, but we're keeping hold of it. So I'm going to start cutting this now in a spiral. And again,
Keep that rose going. Lovely.
yeah, wavy edge. Not the perfectionist you thought I was.
So what, about 1 centimetre, isn't it? But I guess it doesn't matter too much. You can just experiment. And each flower looks slightly different, which is quite nice because flowers are all slightly different.
Ain't that the truth? Right. So yeah, spiral, spiral, spiral. Like a snail.
Little platform at the end.
And then you can see here, nice bouncy spiral. And then you just start rolling. Now I roll so that the shiny side's on the outside of the plate, if you know what I mean. So you just turn it over and start rolling it.
And I guess if you have a coloured paper plate, like a pink one or a red one, it would end up with a sort of red rose or a pink rose, just depending on what colour you've got. And you just have to make sure you get the right side showing out, don't you?
So you can see how I'm rolling this now.
Good.
So I'm holding the top and the bottom just to keep it straight like this. I just keep rolling it, and then once you get to the end, we loosen it off a bit because it's quite tight now. You can see the spiral's quite tight. So what I tend to use, previously I've used a hot glue gun at the end of this to glue it all together. Another way of doing that, if you don't have a hot glue gun, is to use a stapler. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you loosen it off a bit, and you push through from the bottom, the first bit that you started with.
So that's the beginning.
Yeah. And then you put that on the, sorry, I'm coming too close to the camera.
No, that's good, yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And then you're stapling those 2 bits together.
Yeah.
She says, where is the stapler?
Oh,
And there's your rose finished.
lovely, really nice.
So I'm going to continue now actually and show you what to do to create these.
Lovely. Show us, Ali.
So these are made from the leftover pieces of paper that we piece of paper plate that we cut off earlier.
Genius.
I know, it's genius. So this is made from 1 paper plate here. So the rose and then the 2 daffodil type flowers.
Lovely.
I shall show you how to do that now.
And you know how I don't like waste not.
No,
want
exactly.
Not.
I
It's
can't
a really
bear
nice
throwing things
way
away.
Of not throwing it away, isn't it?
So you take your paper plate edge, cut it in half, so then you've got 2 pieces to play with. And then what you start doing is just cutting the frill around the edge. So you just go down with the scissors.
Do that little natural edge, isn't it?
Just down to the edge.
And also, I mean, your paper plate there's got a really nice pattern in its side, but you can still make it with the plainer ones when it's smooth. You just have a different effect, doesn't it? So I think it works with any paper plate. You just have to work with what you've got, and each flower will look different.
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
Yeah. And you can make thicker and thinner.
It was a revelation to me, to be honest. I thought, what should I do with this leftover piece of plate? I can't bear it. Let's see what happens when you roll it up.
Those are the best ones, aren't they?
Yeah, and you know what I really like is the fact that it is just with the plain white, slightly shiny cardboard. I like the idea of doing it with a colour plate, but
that's quite thick, that end. Would you make it a bit thinner? Because
You
then this
think?
one
Maybe
you've got
we'll start
tighter.
with the other end.
Yes, so this is a tighter one, isn't it?
so let's start rolling.
Because you can also do them. Sorry to interrupt.
You always
interfere with your
interrupt for
craft.
my whole life.
But here's a looser one, and I think it's great, you know, to have looser and tighter, just different effects of butting in.
What I before you butt in anymore, what I was trying to say when I was procrastinating just then was I like to roll it in onto the shiny, so that when you come to the end, it's prettier because you can bend these back and it's all nice and shiny.
Lovely. And again, if you had a coloured plate, you'd have the shiny on the inside, and then when you fold them out again, you'd have the coloured petals showing out, wouldn't you?
Indeed. So now take some sellotape, which I do have.
Okay. And it's also quite handy because that's quite easy actually compared to the stapler. I mean, the stapling method is really easy too, but the sellotape is really easy, isn't it?
Very simple, unless you stick it to your fingers.
And if you pushed a straw in it, younger children, you could make a whole bouquet.
Really
of these.
nice bouquet. And then if you didn't have a coloured plate, you could paint these yellow and have some really nice bunch of daffs. So there you go. So that's how you make those.
Gorgeous.
Very simple.
Really simple.
And then I did actually use a glue gun on these because I glued them to the back. But anyway, really nice fascinator. So that's what you do with a paper plate.
Excellent. Thank you, Ali, for guest posting today. We will put Ali's link into the description of this video, so you can click on that and look at some pictures. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you here on Red Ted Art again soon.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.